The invertebrate is a topic that is correlated or that is collected from the phylums of living organisms. Of course, we know that the hierarchy of life is kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, and species. Now, for the division is for plants, phyla is for animals. Now, the kingdom of animals is divided into 3 super kingdoms. And these 3 super kingdoms is the kingdom prokaryote, the kingdom eukaryote, and then the kingdom archaea. Okay, the kingdom prokaryote, the kingdom eukaryote, and the kingdom archaea. Meanwhile, the arrangement is this. Under the kingdom prokaryote, we have the monera. Under the kingdom eukaryote, we have the protista. We have the fungi. We have the plantae. And we have the animalia. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The archaea is studied as a separate kingdom because they begin to notice, we or biologists begin to notice that archaea share some resemblance with the prokaryotes and they share some resemblance with the eukaryotes. That's why the archaeas are studied separately. Okay? And then we begin to find out that the prokaryotes are organisms that don't have true nucleus, or their nucleus is called nucleoid. Their nucleus is called nucleoid. Okay, nucleoid. Why? The nucleus over here is just the same thing, nucleus, because there's a possession of nucleus in their cell, and the nucleus is found in the nuclear envelope, while the nucleus over here is scattered in their cytoplasmic strand. Alright, now, having said that, we look at the animalia. The animalia kingdom is divided into 2 phylums. We have the vertebrate and we have the invertebrate. Vertebrata and an invertebrate. Okay? Alright, now, for today, we'll be looking at the invertebrate. Meanwhile, let's give you the list of the vertebrate. There are 5 subsections of the vertebrate. We have the fishes, we have the bony fish, cartilaginous fish, and the rest. We have the apes, or the birds. Okay? We have the reptilia, the lizard, and the rest. We have the amphibian. And then we have the mammalia. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Complete. Now, the invertebrate is what we are considering today. So I will say that we have shown you with illustration where the topic or the subsection topic, invertebrate, is coming from. It's actually coming from one of the kingdoms of organisms, which is the eukaryotic kingdom. Are you following? That is under the super kingdom eukaryotic. Then under the subsection animalia, then the animalia, vertebrate, invertebrate, then we're studying this today. So let's look at the list of all the vertebrates that we have. What are the list of those vertebrates polifera. Number 2 is the polyintrator. Number 3 is the plateamite. Number 4 is the nematoda. Number 5 is the annelida. Number 6 is the arthropoda. Number 7 is the mollusca. Number 8 is the echinodermata. Echinodermata. Okay? Then number 9 is the primitive chordata. Now, there are more than 30 invertebrate phylum that exist, but for the college or for your syllabus for the college, what you're looking at is just 9. Alright? So this is called not just chordata, but primitive chordata, pre-existing chordata. Because if you call it just chordata, it means you're referring to it as a vertebrate. Because the word chordata is talking about the backbone. Okay? Now, so it's called a primitive chordata. Now, we look at the polifera. That's the first thing we're studying now. The polifera. Now, the polyferas, they are multicellular aquatic organisms. If you're writing, you can write that down. Write that down. Write that down. Polyferas are multicellular aquatic organisms. One of the features is that the larva stage of polyfera has the ability to swim from one point to another in the aquatic habitat. Meanwhile, the adult stage, the adults are immotile. These guys are motile. Motile means that they can move from one place to another in the aquatic habitat. While the adult stage are immotile, they are found attached to the body of rocks and they exist as colonies. So you can write that these are multicellular aquatic organisms. The larval stage are immotile, while their adult stage, larval stage is motile, while their adult stage are immotile, and they are attached to the bodies of rocks in aquatic habitat. Alright, another point to note about the polyferas is that the mode of the reproduction is asexual. The mode of reproduction is asexual. Meanwhile, they are asymmetrical. Now, if they ask you which of these invertebrates is asymmetrical, you have polyferas, polyintrators, plateamite, nematodes. What's the answer? Polyferas. Polyferas are asymmetrical. Because of these asymmetrical I just mentioned, I will tell you the body structures of the rest of these. Okay? This guy is asymmetrical. Isn't it wonderful? Asymmetrical. This guy is radially symmetrical. Then, from here all through to this place, they are bilaterally symmetrical. like this. Which of these is bilaterally symmetrical? The polytreta, the polyferas, or the plate amides? What's the answer? The answer is plate amides, because it's for all of those I classified for you that they are bilaterally symmetrical. Now, meanwhile, the question might also ask you, which of these organisms is asymmetrical? And they have hydra, and they have sponges, and they have jellyfish, and they have insects. Of course, the answer is sponges. You know why? Because the example of sponges, the example of polyferas is sponges. So a very good example of this is the sponges. Let me put it here. Sponges. So you begin to notice the arrangement of the question. The question might come in any way. So no matter the way the question is being said, you'll be able to answer any of those. Alright, so this is all we've got for the polyferas. Let's move to the next one, which is the polytretas. I'm going to clean up this one. So we have remember I told you that the polytretas is radially symmetrical. Alright, I have a question for you. Which of these organisms is, which of these invertebrates is radially symmetrical? Is radially symmetrical? Tapeworm, roundworm, earthworm, hydra. What's the answer? Waiting for you. Well, the question you ask is hydra, tapeworm, roundworm, earthworm. What subsection or subphyla do they belong in? If I tell you that it is roundworm, roundworm is this guy, nematode. Then earthworm is this guy, annelids. Then flatworm is this guy, plate amide. Then hydra is this guy, which is polytreta. And I told you that it is radially symmetrical. You don't need to cram anything. We have this one asymmetrical body, like shapeless. We have this one is radially symmetrical, and the rest of those is bilaterally symmetrical. And hydra belongs here. I take the question of again. Which of these is radially symmetrical? Tapeworm, roundworm, earthworm, hydra. Of course, the answer is hydra. And again, hydra is the one organism that has only one opening. We're going to draw the diagram as we continue. Alright, now right. Polytretas. These are multicellular organisms. These are multicellular organisms that are radially symmetrical. That are radially symmetrical. Have you written that down? They are parasitic in nature. They have what is called the stinging cell or the tentacle. The stinging cell or the tentacle is used for their parasitic nature. Okay? Now let's draw the diagram so we can know what we are talking about. So look at the diagram of an hydra. An hydra has ability to produce asexually. Let's see that. So we have this. Okay? I'm not that artistic, just manage what I'm doing. Alright, this is an example of hydra. This is an example of hydra. Now, how about this example? All we need to do is to label. So this is hypostoma. The guy up here is the tentacle or the stinging cell. Okay, this is the testis. Okay, there's the boot. conjugation. And take it again. Reproduction is divided into two, sexual and asexual. The sexual is subgrouped into two types. The sexual, we have gamete fusion, require male and female gametes coming together. But the sexual also has conjugation. Let me do that so that, although it's not part of what we're saying, but let me show you something. So we have reproduction. We have two types. We have sexual. We have asexual. Alright? The sexual is divided into two. We have the gametes, fusion, not fission, not the one with I, the one with you, fusion, gamete fusion, and conjugation. Okay? Conjugation, that one is applicable to spirogyres. Alright? Then under the asexual, we have spore formation. Okay? We have binary fusion. Okay? We have budding. Okay? We have vegetations. And a lot. Now, this is by the way. Alright? So the means of reproduction in Hydra is by budding. Alright? And the means of reproduction in Hydra or polytreta is by asexual means of reproduction. Having said that, the next thing to do, this is the whole body of an Hydra. Let us draw the longitudinal section of an Hydra. So, now in your exams, you may click on any of those and then like this. And then they'll give you this one is I, this one is I, this one is I, this one is IV. Now, what is the name of, or what is the part, or what is the name of the organ of a Hydra? I, and IV. Now, I don't know this one is tentacle or stinging cell. We don't know stinging cell. We don't know this one is hypostoma. We're going to know this one is testis. We're going to know this is the boot. Alright, let's draw the longitudinal section of this man, Hydra. Now, it looks like this. Anyway, I'm not that artistic. Just bear with me. Just whatever you can see, I'm going to manage it anyhow. Alright, so this is what we got. Okay. Alright, there's an opening here, known as the mouth. So, now we stick from here, stinging cell. Now, there is supposed to be the testis somewhere around here. Okay, this is the testis. Then, over here, so we have the hypostoma. Then in the middle here, we have the mesoglea. Mesoglea. So we have over here, we have the basa, or the basa disc, or the base disc. Then we have the outside is the ectoderm. Inside is the endoderm. And in the middle here we have the entrons. Now, in biology science or biological science, if you can label 3 out of these listed here, if you can label 5 out of those that's listed here, your mark is still going to be complete. Alright, so this is all we've got under the polytretas. Although, if you're going to be studying medical courses, maybe you have a course you want to study, this is just a preview of the items listed here. Meanwhile, we'll have a topic where we'll be discussing polypolyferas. We'll have a topic where we'll be discussing polypolyferas. still have left. And please don't forget if you have any question, you drop it down on the comment section. So please, termite. Now, for the plate termites, the first thing to come to your mind is that we have plateau, which is flat. We have termites here, which is warm. Alright. Plateau termites is simply called flat worm. So you use the worm. Now, there's a question for you. Which of these is known as a flat worm? Annelida, mollusca. Sorry. Which of these is known as a flat worm? Annelida, mollusca, plate termite, nematoda. What's the answer? Of course, plate termites. Plateau, flat, termite, worm. Alright. Now, you need to pay attention to this concept, the plate termite, because they are parasitic worm. They are parasitic in nature. Of course, their mode of reproduction is asexual, and then they are hermaphrodite. Well, I'm going to draw the tapeworm, because the tapeworm is a typical example of the plate termite. Although we have the planaria. The planaria is divided into two, which is the schistosoma and the fasciola. That is the blood flux and the liver flux, respectively. And then we'll discuss about that. In fact, let's not talk too much. Let's get to the good. Let's get to the good. Now, what we have here is that the first, right, these are flat worms, multicellular flat worms. Have you done that? I said plateau, flat, termite worms. Have you done that? Alright, that's good. Alright, let's continue. Now, these are multicellular flat worms, and they are parasitic in nature. Is that okay? I take it again. These are multicellular flat worms that are parasitic in nature. They are bilaterally symmetrical. I told you, they are bilaterally symmetrical. Alright, now let's draw the diagram of a tapeworm, and then from there we can explain the life cycle of a tapeworm and we'll study some aspects of this plate termite. I told all of you that we're going to have a separate video just on plate termite, because there are a lot of things to learn on the plate termite. And if you're studying a medical course, you need to know that in medical courses, they combine a whole departmental course for you. For instance, biochemistry is a department on its own, but you're going to study biochemistry. Microbiology is a department on its own, but you're going to study microbiology. Entomology and parasitology is a department on its own, but you are going to study it as a medical doctor. You see, you study all these things because they are needful for you. Anyway, let's draw this guy. He looks like this. That's the tapeworm over there. Alright. Oh, anyhow, let's speak it like this. Okay? Right? Alright. Now, so, this is different. We're going to manage my data. It's not that artistic. So let me redraw. Better. This one is better. Alright. Well, go ahead. This is known as the hook. This is known as the rostellum. This is known as the sucker. All this is called the scolex. Okay? Scolex. Now, this is called the, allow me to label it here, young proglotter or proglotter. This is known as the matured proglotter. Alright, now, during the life cycle, the mature proglotter is one being released and it causes the damage it wants to cause. Now, meanwhile, you need to know that in between here is the genital horn. Now, you might be asked to draw and label a tapeworm, or you might be asked the question, explain the life cycle of a tapeworm and with a label diagram of the tapeworm. Now, the life cycle of this tapeworm help me to get more chalk. Alright, we have this now. Now, the life cycle of this guy, of a tapeworm. The first thing is that the tapeworm is actually found in the muscles and in the hearts of pigs. Alright? But meanwhile, how did they get to the muscles and the hearts of pigs? Look at what is happening. The human or the man that is affected with the disease, that's affected or that has the tapeworm infection will pass feces. When this man has feces or human feces, oh, this chalk is breaking. The chalk is breaking. Let me get a new one. Human feces. Now, from the human feces, the feeding pigs during feeding, the feeding pigs picks up this tapeworm, alright? But these tapeworm are not visible tapeworm, they are eggs of tapeworm. They are the mature proglotites that is released. Okay, look at the scenario. The mature proglotyte is released through the feces or through the human feces. And these mature proglotytes are known as chists. They are known as what? Chists. So this guy feeds on the chist, feeds on the chist. Alright? Now, talking about the chist, I will still talk about the difference between the disease that is caused by the eggs of tapeworms and the one that is caused by a mature egg of a tapeworm. I take it again, let me not confuse you. There is one that is caused by the eggs of tapeworm, and there is one that is caused by a mature tapeworm. Alright, let's not confuse the two. Alright, now we have here the feeding pig picks it up. Now, it's now dwell, or the chist moves into the body of the pigs and then run through the bloodstream, and finally enzymes helps the chist to multiply. Okay, it helps the chist to multiply and after multiplying, they now reside in the muscles and in the heart of the pig. Now, they reside in the muscles and in the heart of the pig. Now, when you buy the pig, which is the pork meat, or the beef, that's the cow, each of these have different tapeworm in it. Now, I believe I should take off this. You have drawn this. Now, you need to know how to draw and label the tapeworm. Alright, it might be a question for you. Or they might remove this, and remove this, and remove this, and tell you, what is the function of the part labeled V? What is the function of the part labeled V? Of course, this is the genital pore, which is for reproduction. What is the part of the function labeled II or whatever? This is a matured proglottoid. It is, what's the function? It is released during the life cycle of tapeworm. Okay? Now, this is the hook. Hook helps the tapeworm to attach the intestine of the host. Then we have the sucker. It helps the tapeworm to exert feeding, to be able to feed from the intestine of the host. Then we have rostrum, which also do the same function with the sucker. Alright? Then the sulcus is the whole of the head. The young prototype is gradually going to become a mature prototype to lead to the continuous life cycle of the tapeworm. Alright, now let's clean up the board. Meanwhile, this guy, when you eat, you'll get back to the pork meat. The pork meat. Now, this is found in the pork meat. You see, the guys can be found in the pork meat, and the eggs can also be found in the pork meat. You see that now? So now let me differentiate for you the pork meat. What you're going to find here is Tania solute. Then the cow or the beef. What you're going to find here is Tania saginata. Okay? These are different species of tapeworm. In the pork, what you find is Tania solute. In the beef, what you find is Tania saginata. Undercooked pork. Okay? Undercooked pork or undercooked beef, which is cow meat. You can find that. So when you buy your pork, when you buy, of course, I'm not going to say that. That's on your perspective and belief. You see, there are some people that don't eat pork. But I'm not trying to say you shouldn't eat pork. That's just Bible. Now, there is pork meat. The pork meat contains that Tania solute. Then the beef contains Tania saginata. Now, meanwhile, the undercooked pork is what that contains. The undercooked pork contains these organisms. Okay. Now, that's why you need to cook your pork or your meat for a durable amount of time to ensure that these organisms is killed. Okay. Or is the organism is killed before you eat the pork or the meat. Now, meanwhile, I was saying something. I said that the difference between the egg and the mature cyst, because before I do that, the termites, we can divide into planaria and let's say the tapeworm. Alright? Under the planaria, we have the fasciola, we have the schistosoma. Then this is known as the liver flux. This is known as the blood flux. Okay? Now, this is known as the liver flux. flux. This is known as the blood flux. Now, let's have it. Let's give you what I'm talking about. When we have a mature egg or a cyst, this causes what is known as schistosomiasis. This causes schistosomiasis. Okay? But if it is not a matured egg or cyst, this causes cysticercosis. Alright? This is called cysticercosis. Now, this is caused by a cyst, matured cyst. This is caused by the eggs. Okay? The eggs of the tapeworm. So you can differentiate between cysticercosis and schistosomiasis. Now, the dangerous aspect of this schistosomiasis, which is the unitary schistosomiasis. Now, this is caused by a particular schistosomiasis known as the schistosoma. Hematoma. This is caused by schistosoma hematoma, where the eggs are found in the urine of the affected individual. Alright, I think my time is up. I'm going to stop the class here. And if you are interested, if you have a question, you can send us the question, you can give us the question or ask us the question on the comment section. And if you have a suggestion, you can put the suggestion on the comment section for other students to learn. Meanwhile, because of time, this is where we will round up for today's class. In our other class, we'll take the remaining invertebrate phyla that is yet to be discussed. Meanwhile, if you want this video to continue, you can give it a thumbs up and then follow up the page, and then also tell us that you would like the video to proceed to the next section. Alright? So we'll know what to do. And then if you have a topic that is that you need us to do for you, in a nutshell, or you need us to treat for you because of time, you want it to be treated, and say, please, I need this topic to be treated, we can put that on the comment section, we will attend to you. Well, this is all.